and that they are aware.
Which BJP leadership? You have the BJP president.
But on channels, how will they say they are nervous?
You have the BJP.
On channels, they will not say they are nervous. In private, they are saying they are nervous. And the BJP leadership is more worried about
Smriti wants to come back
than about India allies.
Smriti, please, responding to you, Smriti.
Starry-eyed Modism. That's the precise meaning of starry-eyed Modism.
Arnab.
Yeah.
Mr. Kumar Ketkar on your channel tonight is attributing so-called off-the-record conversations. I would like to challenge him. Name the BJP leader that you so indulge in gossip about.
No, we journalists observe some ethics. We journalists observe some ethics when something is off the record. If something is off the record, Smriti, even if you tell me something off the record, I will observe the morality of journalism. There is something called ethics of journalism.
Anything off the record, sir, because I have the courage to speak what I want to speak.
It's not a question of courage, it's a question of ethics.
Okay, so tonight you are attributing conspiracy theories to so-called unknown persons, and you want the viewers
known persons, but
to take every word that you have said as the ideology, strategy, or the thought process that is encompassing the
actually
BJP
the schizophrenia that BJP is suffering from, is clear because they have not been able to determine whether the agenda is Ayodhya or the agenda is governance.
You use the word schizophrenic coming from a man who's hatching some conspiracy theories on Newshour tonight. I think the less said about your talent about hatching conspiracy theories.
I am not hatching any conspiracy theories.
I am just saying. Said, can I? You are saying vehemently that what we will decide in the future, who we will project
I am
in the
telling
future.
you will not decide on PM's
Are you a part of the BJP parliamentary board? Are you telling me you're a part of the BJP parliamentary board?
I am not.
Okay, General.
Are you telling me
but it's not a question of being part. I am a journalist and I keep talking to people. And I know that the BJP leadership is afraid, is nervous.
I have no journalist to spin lies through articles. So please pardon me if the words that you speak tonight are deemed dishonest.
Smriti, let's move on from this. I don't think you and Kumar Ketkar will agree on this.
About what Sabha has said.
My question to Abhishek Singhvi.
I'm not here to agree.
My question to Abhishek Singhvi before I come back to you.
Mr. Ketkar or pander to him.
I
would like to also highlight what Sabha has said.
I will come to that.
With regards to celebration on the 6th of April in Ahmedabad. Last I checked, Sabha, Ahmedabad and Gujarat was very much a part of India. If the national president of the BJP wants to be a part of the celebrations in Gujarat, I don't see why he should be dissuaded from
Response, Sabha.
If the national president of the BJP celebrates it in Delhi also, I don't know why you find the breaking news phenomena attached to that celebration.
I have no issues.
I will only say this. I will only say this, that this particular team which has been formed yesterday and declared is a team which reflects the youth power, the women power, and the various leadership from various states who have contributed to the BJP strength and growth and who have been brought together under the leadership of the BJP President Rajnath Singh to ensure that we succeed in Mission 2014. Instead of indulging in political crystal ball gazing, I am of the opinion, wait for the verdict of 2014 to come.
Smriti, it's not crystal ball gazing. With all respect, no, Smriti, it's not crystal ball gazing. It's not crystal ball gazing.
Whether our strategies work or not.
She has absolute right, Sabha has, to interpret the Ahmedabad meeting in the way that she wants. You want to respond?
Right, and she indulges it in often.
Let her respond, please.
I'm not denying that.
Let her respond, please. No. Sabha.
Arnab, it's Modi gazing.
I agree with. I have no disagreement with Smriti that Ahmedabad is part of India and they're welcome to do it. I'm just highlighting it is significant if the BJP president is doing the National Day, which always happens in Delhi, is going to Ahmedabad to do it. It's as a journalistic, I'm not critiquing it. Free to do it anywhere, However, I feel, and here this is a point that I'm making to Smriti, I'm not attacking her. This is a point that should we not look at the history, at the associations of the people who get into the new team, and should we not ask? And I'm wondering whether this is all Modi wanted himself and Amit Shah. This is the Rajnath twist to put in Uma Bharti, to put in Varun Gandhi is significant because it's linked to UP, and which is the state which Rajnath Singh knows. So we are looking at a charged election in the Hindi
Smriti, you are going to have to
mention today.
Point is taken.
We are looking at that. That is what I want.
The debate, however, tonight is not just about Modi. The debate is about Rahul Gandhi. My question to Abhishek Manu Singhvi is this. Since becoming Vice President, Dr. Singhvi, since you use all terms, Modi gazing, Modi obsession, Modi mania, etc., why don't you talk about Rahul Gandhi? You seem to be very keen to talk about Narendra Modi. Since becoming Vice President of the Congress Party, Rahul Gandhi has had a series of meetings with party men in a highly insulated, sequestered environment. When will Rahul Gandhi come out and address a larger audience in an open environment and talk about hard political issues? When will he do that? Why does Rahul Gandhi not speak, for example, when the DMK, the largest ally of the Congress party, leaves the UP alliance?
Arnab, 2 or 3 quick points. First of all, although I will answer your question, I don't think there is any equation which is sought to be drawn on the day or the day after the BJP makes their appointments, including Modi. You bring in Rahul Gandhi. This is a discussion about...
No, it's a question we are asking, that will the Congress field Rahul more aggressively?
Right. I'll answer your question. I'm not running away from the question. No, I'm answering. I'm just
Rahul is Vice President of the Congress party after all.
At the moment, the changes... No, we are certainly going to discuss him. I'm just saying yesterday what happened was not in the Congress, it happened in the BJP. Varun Gandhi or Uma Bharti or Modi or whoever else appointed in the BJP. Number 2, I think you've been missing Rahul Gandhi's several huge statements, long speeches, rallies, addresses, whether at Jaipur or in Uttar Pradesh or in the Bihar campaign. So his views have been articulated a number of times.
Really?
Thirdly, it is obvious that after becoming Vice President, like a person who wants to do his homework first before making grandiose announcements, unlike certain other persons,
so are you saying,
he has gone.
Are you saying every Congress leader,
state, item by item,
every Congress leader who speaks on hard political issues has not done his homework?
And 1 minute. No. Let me complete. He is now, having done that, making up his mind, and you are slowly now seeing the consequence of that discussions by appointments. You've had Punjab.
No, I'm not talking about your internal issues. No, I'm not talking about the Congress party internal issues.
And fourthly,
I am asking you.
Let me complete. Let me answer your question. This decision making, this inputting, this discussion, this dialogue can't be held, as you call it, in public gaze. What you can have in public gaze is the outcome of it. What you will have in public gaze, for example, is Rahul Gandhi's speech at the CII shortly.
Sir, I am not talking about a CII speech. I am not talking about a CII speech. No, Dr. Singhvi. Dr. Singhvi, I'm telling you, I'm not asking about a CII speech. I am simply asking the question everyone's asking today, that 1 second. Rahul Gandhi Uttar Pradesh campaign took a decision, I am fighting the Uttar Pradesh election. He addressed 2,200 rallies. He covered 3,500 kilometers, right? Yes. The Congress party came in the fourth place with a 13.22% vote share. My question is simple. Has the experience of making himself the face of the campaign, 1 second, singed Rahul Gandhi so much that he will want to keep a back seat while being Vice President of the Congress party? And Smriti wants to come in, but answer my question first.
If you were right, Arnab, on the contrary, if you were right, Rahul Gandhi would have chosen the soft spots. He would have chosen carefully states where the Congress was already doing well and was bound to win. Here is a man who goes up front like a true general with his soldiers, goes to the most difficult Congress state. It's an open secret that we are troubled about. That's
the internal Congress certificate.
He goes to UP. He goes to Bihar. What so if he loses? It's not a question of he losing. It's a question of having structural problems in UP. And certainly, he is not the kind who's deterred by it. He said that he's going to be there for the long run.
So
and you are finding an upswing, you are finding an increase consistently. It's all right, we came fourth. We're not denying that. It's
not about coming fourth. It's about the approach. It's about the approach.
He's like a leader who goes up front.
It's
he
not
doesn't
about
go for the easy ones.
But Dr. Singhvi, it's not about coming forth. It's about the approach. This approach seems to be a different kind of approach. I don't know. Like I asked Manish Tiwari earlier today, can you name one Congress leader who led the Congress, was number 1 or number 2 in the Congress, who kept a detached silence on hard political issues?
No,
and I'm not talking about a CII speech, sir.
I'll tell you.
You know what I'm talking about, sir.
No, two things. One is, at least give us the credit that if you talk of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, it was the same Rahul Gandhi and the same Sonia Gandhi who were also our leaders in the 2004 and the 2009 incumbent election. How many governments in the recent past have repeated an incumbency at the national level? So don't only talk of two. Number two, just very quickly. What about his, who's the leader? Well, I don't think we are in the Congress in the habit of casting ourselves in somebody else's mold. We don't have a habit of having chief
you are saying
or prime ministerial candidates announced like a presidential election.
No, then,
so we
then who is your prime ministerial candidate?
After the election.
No,
now, if you think that's a group of anonymous people who are not leaders, that's your thinking. But that's not the truth. We've had leaders and chief ministers made after we win.
Sir, Rahul Gandhi made his political debut in 2004. He was appointed General Secretary in 2006. There have been Bihar, Punjab, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Goa, Tamil Nadu and Gujarat elections after that. So it's not, I'm not.
And there have been national elections where he's campaigned across the country. Where he's campaigned across the country for the last 10 years or 9 years. You forget that. There have been state elections where we have won. Where he has campaigned.
So did you win the 2009 elections because of Rahul Gandhi?
Delhi 3 times. Andhra Pradesh, I can also cite Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Himachal, Haryana, Delhi. And 2 national elections. You win, you win some, you lose some.
Now
don't call a person a failed leader on a one-person basis. The whole Congress party has lost in those states. He has the courage to go and bite the bullet.
Smriti's response to that. Now we are discussing Rahul Gandhi and not Modi. Smriti Irani's response. She raised her hand earlier, coming to you, Sabha, in Kumar Ketkar at a time. Yes, Smriti Irani. This is a detached approach, and you will have. Yes. Go ahead.
I just heard Dr. Singhvi say that tonight's debate is about Modi and what happened in the BJP yesterday, and not about Rahul Gandhi. Last I checked, your debate did include, the topic of conversation did include what about Rahul Gandhi or what about his performance or his contribution or what the future holds for him. I think Dr. Singhvi is extremely correct. What Rahul Gandhi does within his organization is his business. But while Dr. Singhvi accuses me of being Modi-eyed and the general that he so idealizes on your channel tonight, and he talks about biting the bullet and taking on all the tough fights, I would like to remind him that the general refused to lead the army in the Gujarat State Assembly elections. In fact, left the army to fend for itself, knowing that there was a tough challenge ahead in the name of Narendra Modi. But I think what you're saying tonight, Arnab, is extremely important with regards to the CII speech. What that leader speaks at the CII convention or event, I think what people of the nation want is to go beyond words, is to look at what can you deliver on ground. And when it comes to deliverables on the issues of development, I think there is absolutely no debate in this country that Narendra Modi under his leadership has delivered on the issues of development.
So then why don't we, Smriti, why don't we make Karnataka the index?
I would like to remind you.
Why don't we make Karnataka the index?
I would like to remind you